Alright then guys, so it's Damien here from DexStore with a little instalment for you. Well, I ain't done a video in a while, so this is another instalment of what we do here. So there you go. So I've got this TV coming. It's got picture, it's got no sound. No, sorry, it's got sound, no picture. There you go. Right. So I'm going to plug it in. Yeah. So it's on the bench currently at the moment, on my mat, as you do, and I'm just going to plug that in, that around, and I'm going to plug an antenna in, so we can see if we can get some sound. Right, so the TV's on, you can see, I've got backlight, no picture. Eventually I should get some sound because I've plugged the antenna in. Okay, see that? Okay. So, unless it's flick channel or whatever, but I was getting sound. There we go. So I'm getting sound through it now. I don't know if you can hear that. Okay, still no picture. So, I've multimetered the motherboard, just here. Let me just get this antenna out of the way. Yes, I'm working on a live board here. So, let's just say we unplug the power feed from this board. And I've noticed that, there we go, after multimetering it for quite a while. Now I haven't tried to do anything with this at the moment, but the multimeter's meant to bleep. Can you hear that? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. See, when I touch them it bleeps. Just bring that a little bit closer so you can hear it. Yeah. Nothing. My multimeter's working absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick bridge on that part there, which is technically like a little fuse, and then I'm going to see if the backlights work, plug the power back in, sorry, see if the picture comes on. Oh, I'm getting a bit mixed up today, but yeah, I'm going to try that and see what happens. So to save me taking the board out, I've got my trusty Dremel gas iron. So I'm going to put that on, and basically what I'm going to do as a tester, just so I don't have to take the board out, is I'm just going to bridge that component there. So hopefully that should do the trick. Let me just do that and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so I've just put that through. This soldering iron is very, very, very hot to touch at the moment, so what I'm now going to do is test that with a multimeter now to see if I get a bleep. So my multimeter bleeps. Okay, so all I've done, you see, is just join them together. Yeah, I've got a little bit of solder on the board there. Yes, it needs a clean. You know, maybe some haters out there that go, you can't do stuff like that, it's for safety. Right, this is just to test it. I've got new components to put on the board. There we go, so that's bleeping. Yeah, I've got new components to put on the board anyway, so I wouldn't send it back out like that. But components do fail. So let's pop that there. Let's pop me, this is still plugged into the mains by the way guys, don't try this at home. And then I'm going to come round, I'm just going to lift. There we go. So now I've got the screen back. I know this is very difficult to try and do with one hand, have to get me one of these GoPros or something. Just move the TV here. Now this isn't a customer's TV, this is mine, one of ours. But there you go guys, screen's on. I won't get anything on the you know, on the TV because it's not plugged in. But that's it. That's how simple some TV repairs are. And yeah, okay, there's more difficult ones out there. But some of that simple, due to one little tiny component failing on the board, people are throwing away TVs left, right and centre. Yes, it wasn't the easiest thing to track down, but these are the first things that I always look for when I'm getting no picture, but the backlights are working and the sound's working. They're not all like this, but you know, that there really, a lot of people have just bridged that and send that out, and it cost them absolutely nothing to do that. The component is so tiny, not very expensive at all. You know, it's basically you'd pay for maybe a couple of hours labour there. So, you know, you'd probably be looking... This is a 4K smart TV, by the way, so you'd probably be looking on that particular repair, I don't know, 50 quid, 40 quid, 50 quid. But, you know, you guys are scrapping these TVs out there, or there's a lot of people scrapping TVs and gaming consoles and... you know, controllers, you know, your Xbox controllers, your PlayStation controllers, buying brand new ones for like 60 quid, and you know, we can do a refurb on them for next to nothing. You know, sort of refurbing controllers, yeah, we put new parts in there, give it a complete refurb, get it fully functional for you for a fraction of the cost. You know, if you've got any issues with any of this sort of stuff, then, you know, pop it in, get a quote. Alright guys, anyway, nice to see you when you pop in. If you do pop, there you go. And that's what we got. 3 boards in one TV. One little component failed, but it's back up. It's back up and running. Just off a bit of solder being bridged. Now I'm going to go and find a new component to put on that now, which I've got a downer board or something like that I can steal one off and put on, and it will work absolutely brilliantly. Catch you later.